Right, YouTube, Big Mike without further ado retro. We're still ill, but let's do another pickups video. Cheers. Right, the first game, got to get the iron out on this one. It's in absolutely terrible shape. But Sword of Sodan on the Amiga. This game back in the day was absolutely outstanding, blew us away. Not particularly great gameplay. But, like I say, the needs to iron. This box is absolutely devastated. But the character graphics are huge. Absolutely blew us away back in the day. Biggest characters we'd ever seen apart from going to an arcade. And even then, I think you possibly were bigger on this game. Also, the speech, the beginning, you know, select hero or heroine. And sort of famous sounds like with the swords and the whoop. When he used to jump, and when he got hit, or you hit someone. But yeah, back in the day, this was very visually and sound-wise was absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, it doesn't play the best. It's an okay game. It's an average game. But if you want to see where the Amiga beats the Mega Drive, this is definitely one to compare the two. The Amiga version is an average game, the Mega Drive's a poor game. So, Sword of Sodan, like I say, absolutely terrible condition, but I iron it and try and get it a bit better. But this goes, generally on eBay, goes for about £50 upwards in good condition. I think I picked it up for under a tenner in this condition, so hopefully I'll be able to bring it back to life and we'll see what we can do. So, that was just a nostalgic one. Pick up, not necessarily a great game, but definitely worth having. So, next one is a game that I used to play on the Spectrum, Head Over Heels. I don't believe there's a big box version of this. There is on the Spectrum, obviously. I own the Spectrum version in big box. And then you obviously had Hit Squad release, but this is the Amiga Hit Squad release. I don't think there was a big box release of this. If anyone knows that there is, can you please let me know in the comments, please? But Head Over Heels on the Spectrum. Never played it on Amiga. But the main reason for buying this is a bit of a silly reason, really. But look at this disc. Orange. So I gotta love that. That looks really cool. Never seen a disc in this colour. It's a great game. So I think it was less than £5. So I picked it up. So that was a Head Over Heels. So Head Over Heels and Sword of Sodan. The next game is Sword of Sodan manual now. The next one, also not in great condition, is Humans, or The Humans. Bit of a, if I remember rightly, a Lemmings sort of rip-off. You've got to sort of try and guide the humans to safety. Very similar to Lemmings. I remember back in the day, there was a competition for this. Before it was coming out, I had to make an intro and send it into one of the Saturday morning TV programs, and I'd done an intro where there's this caveman and he was sort of going about trying to catch some tea or something. There's a massive ice age comes and he gets frozen in a block, and then when the ice age finishes, the block melts and he's in New York. So that was my little intro. I never sent it in, but I did make it. So, and that'll always be a memory for me with Humans. I don't really remember the game, but I remember making a pretty poor intro, I'd imagine. But nonetheless, still a good memory. So, right, the next one is a game I also have on the Mega Drive, but was an original Amiga release. So that is, if you can see out the light, Budokan. I really like this on the Mega Drive. Or I used to really like it on the Mega Drive. I haven't played it recently. But it was originally designed for the Amiga, as far as I'm aware. So I thought I'd get on the Amiga. I think I picked it up for between £5 and £10. Okay condition. Budokan. So, right, on this next one I cheated a little bit, and it's sort of just a bit of a gap filler really, until I managed to pick it up. But it is Beach Volley. Now, unfortunately, this isn't the Amiga version. This is or still is, I suppose, is the Atari ST version. It's in pretty poor shape. Unfortunately, this is very hard to, or I'm having a hard time trying to find this on Amiga. But I can get the Hit Squad version, but I really want the sort of bigger, best boxes. So it's all to do with it. I'm going to try and display all the boxes with the box art showing. So this is Beach Volley. It's a really cool game. Fantastic, really, really cool. But, you know, I've seen one version of this come up. I think it went for about... No, actually, yeah. I haven't actually seen one for the Amiga come up. But, yeah, basically, I didn't realise there were... Well, I was hoping there was a big box version of this. I hadn't seen it, so I've seen the Hit Squad version. But on watching one of Mr. Bad's retro Mr. Bad's Retro Games channel, he's got an absolutely lovely, pristine version of this on the Amiga. If you want to see a real Amiga collection or a great Amiga collection, Mr. Bad's Retro Games his collection is what I'd aspire for my game to be like. You know, this wouldn't have even seen into his collection in this state. But he has a really good collection. I believe he collects Amiga and ST, but obviously he keeps the collection separate. I bought this on ST. I tried to remove the label, because it is actually the Amiga version. But the label removal wasn't very successful. But I picked this up. It was just over £10, I think. And just to have it sort of as proof that there is a big box version. And hopefully I'll find a nice upgrade and get a nice Amiga version in the future. I did sort of have a thought on this, you know, because a lot of the games you can pick up on the ST, and they are sometimes quite considerably bit cheaper. Essentially, they are the same boxes, and I'm not really buying them to play the games inside. You know, I have most of the games on WHD load, or WHD load on the hard drive. So I was thinking, you know, the way I'd like to do it is with all the faces of the box fronts displaying, sort of nostalgia rather than sort of seeing them in lines in a case. You know, show all the artwork, so to speak. And, you know, do I cheat and get a few ST boxes? Because essentially they are the same boxes on a lot of them. If you just it's just a label stuck over. Let me know what you think. I mean, really, I've tried to go all Amiga. They are all Amiga, what I'm showing you. None of them are ST, apart from this one, which I've been totally honest and down the middle about. But yeah, I've never seen it before. I haven't held it in my hands. I've seen an absolutely immaculate copy on Mr. Bad's Retro Games channel. And total envy for that guy's collection. He's really, really got a nice collection. Some really nice pieces in his. And like I say, I aspire to get a collection as nice as his. This one I've seen light of day in his collection. In this state, I don't think his stuff's in real nice condition. So, but yeah, that's Beach Volley on the ST. It's our ST and Amiga collection, right? So yeah, no, I just bought it. It was something interesting. I've got a feeling I might have seen one go for Beach Volley on Amiga, but if it did, it went for £30 upwards, and it was a bit of a tighter time at the time. So unfortunately, I couldn't jump on it. So. Right, the next one is one I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure I've got already, but it was going for a silly price, so I thought, well, I'll pick it up just in case. It was Dynasty Warriors. I'm pretty sure I have this already, but this was going for less than £10, for like £3 in delivery or something, so I thought I'll pick it up, see which is the best version, and sell whichever's the worst. So, that's Dynasty Warriors. I'm sure I've showed you that before, so I will go through the collection. Like I say, at the moment, all my collection is all over the shop. The room has been rearranged now into a temporary arrangement, but now we have to stack the shelves, organise the shelves in what arrangement that things are going. So I was wondering, did you want me to show you what the room was like before I rearrange everything? You can sort of look at it in a half semi-set out state before everything's organised and displayed properly. Or did you want me to just do the room tour once the room is finished? I mean, it won't be finished. It'll be finished to a state of which is livable. And then I will buy new cabinets and glass displays and everything when I have the money. But buying games at this rate, glass displays and cabinets are a way off. So, right, the next one is Double Dragon 3 on the Amiga. Now, this was going for a good price again. Unfortunately, this is the double pack, which is Rodlands. Now, Rodlands is a game I really want to buy. I really want the full price big box release. As I said, I might go try and get all of the Storm games. Rodland is a great game, very similar to like Bubble Bobble or Bubble Bobble, you know, in sort of style of play. You know, great sort of two-player, really colourful, really fantastic. Would really like the full price release of this. There's one on eBay at the moment. It's going for about £43, I think, and that to me is very expensive. You know, for it's you know, some games I would pay that for, but you know, I don't really like to try and pay that if I can. But this is a Double Dragon Rodlands double pack. Unfortunately, Rodlands disc isn't in there, so they've just sold this as Double Dragon, and I've got the Rodlands artwork as well. But I definitely would like to find the Rodlands game, because I think it's just a great game. It's almost like it's not really, you know, like a hidden treasure. I think a lot of people know about it, but certainly a game worth having and worth playing. Even today, it holds up very, very well. You know, great game. Right, next one. In fact, we'll go with this one. Now, this is a budget release. Now, I generally don't buy the budget releases, but on these ones, you can almost get the full artwork, and you just get the Kix XL border. So this was Eye of the Beholder 2, which is sort of almost like the prequel to first-person shooters, really. You know, you moved one screen at a time. And it's the first type of game like this that I actually got into. Pretty cool, really. I'm not really into Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. I'm not sure if this is based on those things, but Eye of the Beholder is that type of game. It's like I say, it's got a bit of damage on the box there, but I got a feeling I picked this up for quite reasonable. If it was in the full price version, it seems to be going for silly money. So yes, it is from Dungeons and Dragons. Right there, right, massive writing, official Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. That's what he put out with watching my channel. Very uninformed opinion. So yeah, that's Eye of the Beholder 2. Great game. Budget box, but you know, I can live with that if you can get it for like half price or something. So next one. Well, okay, this one actually. The next one is a game I've also got before, which is, in fact, this one's not as nice condition as mine either. Which is Mortal Kombat. It's in questionable condition. It's okay though, you know. What do you expect for the games these ages? This has had some sort of scuffing along the side there, as you can see. But this was a absolutely fantastic conversion on the Amiga. I would even possibly say, obviously, after IK Plus. IK Plus on the Amiga is fantastic. I believe the best beat 'em up on the Amiga. So much fun. 2 players and a computer, a CPU player as well. IK Plus, fantastic. But this, I would say, is possibly the best beat 'em up on the Amiga after IK Plus. If you want arcade beat 'em up, you can't go far wrong with Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2. I'm not sure if 3 got released. I don't think it did. I think the Amiga sort of died by then. But this is a great conversion. I'm not sure if this is actually the same as the Mega Drive version. I think it might be slightly better. I could be wrong there, so don't hold me to that. So, but yeah, if you want to go on Mortal Kombat, it's a little bit difficult playing with one button. I'm not sure if this plays with like a 6-button or a 3-button Mega Drive pad. That may be an option, I'm not sure. But this was very well done, very well executed on the Amiga. Great graphics, great game, great gameplay. Mortal Kombat. So I think I put a silly bid of 99p, and this was like £3 delivery or something. So that's hence why I've got it. So I have a spare Mortal Kombat, and that'll go in the arsenal for the trades. And now is a game. I should have had the first one, but got to pick these up in whatever order they come up in, and to get them at a good price is Monkey Island 2. Now, LeChuck's Revenge. Monkey Island 2, a lot of people think is a lot of people comment that this is the best of the Monkey Islands. It's Monkey Island and Monkey Island 2, and the original releases on the Amiga. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure they're Amiga releases before they were PC. I'm not 100% sure. So if you want to find that out, possibly look it up. You know, my channel's to sort of we think. But yeah, Monkey Island 2. I'd love to get Monkey Island as well. boxes out the wrong way on the inside. And yeah, these were, weren't really into point and click adventures, but these were so funny. They were, you know, so funny, such good music, such good sounds, and such good humour. Like I say, point and clicks generally were sort of, you know, PC only genre really, but the Monkey Island and Monkey Island 2 sort of brought some of the better work back to the Amiga. So, like I say, the box is in questionable condition. Unfortunately, it's got all the discs in there, but fortunately, it doesn't have the copyright protection rule, ironically. So, but like I say, I've bought this just for the artwork, the box, the display. It's a piece of history. It's a piece of nostalgia. It's growing up, you know. This was a big part of our growing up. So, Monkey Island 2. Don't have the copy protection wheel, but I'm pretty sure it's on the hard drive, so I don't really need it. So, but you never know. If I see one going cheap, I'll probably pick it up, or I'm sure you could probably print one out on the internet nowadays. There's only 2 different wheels in it. You cut holes in it. Right, the next one. I haven't taken the wrapping off of this one, but I believe I got this on Amiga Big Box. But it is, if you can see through the bubble wrap, Super Methane Brothers. Now this is also, you can't really see really much at all through there. It's another great game. I wanted this on the CD32 iteration because you know, I collect CD32 as well. You know, and also they're less prone to not working. So yeah, Super Methane Brothers, very simple, very similar. Sorry, not very simple. Very similar to Bubble Bobble. As you are these 2 characters with these pump guns that pump sort of gas. Bubble Bubble, obviously they blow bubbles. Same sort of premise, you know, sort of, I don't know if too many people know about this game. I think a lot of people do, but if you haven't played it, it's definitely worth a play. It's a good Amiga game. So Super Methane Brothers, I was more than happy to get that. So, right, the next one is Alien Storm on the Mega Drive. This is the Japanese release. Was an arcade game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was an arcade game. Was pretty cool. I've not really played too much of it. It looks like there's some sort of almost like a Operation Wolf type level with aliens there. Look, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's a sort of, what I remember of it being side scroll sort of beat 'em up. 2 or 3 characters you can choose on. 3 characters. Look, that guy there, the lady, and the robot guy. One thing I was wondering on this, I don't know if anyone can tell me, if I can open it with one hand. This cartridge. This is the, it looks okay. And the back sort of looks okay, I suppose. They've used some tape to tape it down. I've a lot of the older games, you do get, you know, the sticky has gone on and things. But is this the original? Because I've seen 2 versions of this. There's this one, which has the same sort of artwork as the cover. There's also one that has just like a blue label with Alien Storm wrote it in yellow or green. So when I bought this, I got this, managed to get this cheap. I think it's just over £10. Generally goes for about £20 upwards now. These older games seem to be going up in price. So, but can anyone tell me, do they think that's the original? I can open it, but it requires breaking the label to open it. So there's possibly 2 versions. On a lot of the Mega Drive games I'm seeing, there is 2 or 3 iterations of the cartridges. You know, I found that out with when I asked a question about, you know, Turrican and the different cartridges. So, right, next game I've been trying to get hold of and try and get it for a reasonable price. This game looks really cool. Is Ranger X. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't have manual, and it is a little bit rougher. But imagine you put it in a nice box, and it'll look pretty cool until I can maybe pick up an upgrade. But I think I picked this up for £10, maybe just under, and this sort of goes 20, 30. I think even one went on eBay for £50 something this week, which to me just seems a little bit ridiculous. But you know, if some people get in these bidding wars, I've been one of them at one point. You know, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks all together. So I'm looking forward to playing that one. So that's Ranger X. Looks really cool, really fantastic. Really sort of cool sort of run and gun, I think. Suppose you're supposed to have a little bit of unique controls. That looks a bit like a shooter there, actually. Might be run and gun and shooter levels, so... if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. Say, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. Until I play it, I don't know. I've seen some gameplay and it looked pretty cool. I remember Ranger X was one of the ones I was looking for. So, right, that's Ranger X. So, Ranger X on Mega Drive. Just over or just under £10. Good price. Not particularly the best condition, but it's in the collection. And, you know, once you've got it in the collection, you can upgrade it. And the next game is a sort of upgrade as well. It's not in the best of condition. It's you know, it's not in terrible condition. Trying to get this in. There is one on eBay at the moment. It's £42 for this in nice condition with £3 delivery. So it's £45. Now this is, it's very sun faded there for some reason, but structurally, I believe that this is in better condition than the one I have. Okay, there's some sun faded. It's due an iron. It'll get an iron when I get the iron, and you know that's going to be on the shopping list now, isn't it? Got so many things. I've got a pile of gaming ironing to do. So yeah, but when you're talking great games, this is possibly one of the greatest games of all time. I don't believe that any game deserves 10 out of 10. But there's certainly some games that are very close to it, and this I'm going to call it this game is definitely one of those games that's like a 9.5 or a 9.8. Back in the day, I'm not sure. I think it's over 100. And it says 96. 7 Worlds, 96 levels there. I thought it was over 111 for some reason. But you can complete this and then you can go back. There's months and months of gameplay to be had. Yeah, I'm not particularly as good at it as what I was or what I used to be back in the day. Might be playing the SNES Mini version and it's the American. That's my excuse anyway, and it's slightly faster. But yeah, this is one of the games. If I would say they're almost perfect 10s. Super Mario World. Back in the day, this was like I say, this came originally with the Super Nintendo. Now, can anyone answer me this? I've got a little question on this. When Super Nintendo first came out, Super Mario World came with the system. Hence, you couldn't buy Super Mario World on its own. Now, when, in my memory, I don't know how well it serves me, it was released with the red box in the UK. The red box was a UK release. That was the first box that I remember it being released in, because I thought it was really strange, because obviously the manual and the cartridge is yellow. So obviously this was the first game that didn't match the box. So it sticks out of my memory. Now, in the collecting world at the moment, the yellow box version is worth a lot more than the red box version. But that would have been, if my memory serves me correctly, a reprint, a second release, or even another country release. Because I don't really remember it being in the yellow box in the UK. I remember this red box, but I don't remember the yellow one. So, but the you know, the red box, like I say, in good condition now is fetching about £45. In the yellow box is going from anywhere from like 80 to, well, see, if you're lucky you might get it for 60, but right up to 150, I believe, something like that. You know, might be like 120, but it definitely gets to between 60 and the 120 mark. But can anyone shed any light on that? Am I wrong in thinking that the red box was the original release and the yellow box was the latter release, or am I just getting it completely wrong? Is my memory not serving me correctly? If anyone could let me know on that. I don't doubt they watch my channel, but Retro Dave Nintendo, he's pretty knowledgeable about, you know, and Nintendo Arcade Alex, they would probably know this information. I don't know. And if anyone could inform me, I would like to know. I'm interested, you know. I definitely, if you don't know something, I think the best thing to do is ask. That way you educate yourself. So otherwise you go around like I've done on this channel, chatting gibberish about stuff I don't know about and sounding an idiot. Anyway, yeah, please, if anyone knows, please let me know. Like, comment, share and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Cheers. Thanks very much. Goodbye.